Weirdos, weirdos, boils and ghouls. MindSeed TV are back. And they're as fake as they've ever been. So, I've always sort of maintained that MindSeed, despite being one of the biggest fake paranormal channels out there, kind of the best out there when it comes to editing and production values. While I've been delving back into MindSeed, I kind of realised something. That they do have the best editing and the best sort of cinematics and all of that sort of thing, storytelling, to a point. And that point is normally about 10 minutes into the video. Everything leading up to that 10 minutes is so well polished, produced, put together, it is movie quality. But after 10 minutes, pretty much all you see is this. Bro, dude, bro, dude. Bro, we gotta run. And maybe that's by design, because clearly these guys can afford far better equipment than what they use. They've got a lot of gadgets and stuff. They brought out one of our scariest videos yet. Horrifying encounter. And this was only 3 days ago and has 194,000 views. Quite incredible. And I've already watched this. I watched it on the TV the other day, sort of in and out of napping after Christmas food. And there were a few things that caught my attention that I think need further look, because I think I've caught them faking again. Now, obviously, I'm going to rewatch this thing in its entirety. You guys are not going to watch this thing in its entirety, because that would just be me re-uploading the content with me talking over the top of it. And while you can do that on YouTube, you know, I just want to get to the nitty-gritty of it. So, there will be cuts, there will be pausing, etc. And by the way, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, because the Christmas Day live No One Alone for Christmas, it was something special. See, now that was cool. That was really cool.
For ourselves.
Okay, so this is the house. They don't name the house. They don't give us any official story. They don't show any newspaper clippings or anything. It's just this house is reportedly haunted. There are reports of shadow figures, doors slamming, etc. Why don't you tell us what the building is? Why don't you show us some documentation of this apparent haunting? Is it because it's just another Airbnb that you guys have hired out? And if somebody recognises this house, let me know, because I'll forward these house details on to the side-eye guy, and he can do his style of debunking on perhaps the location. Now, it's important at this point to look at what Casey is wearing there. That coat shows up on a night vision camera, long and grey. Just remember that.
Oh, saxophone.
Stairs arrived.
Huh?
Lisa.
Lisa?
Stairs arrived, Lisa.
The Ovilus blurted out, stairs and arrived, which was kind of strange, but we decided to go and investigate and see maybe there was something upstairs that the Ovilus was telling us to go and look at. Okay.
The Ovilus, inside a building, said stairs, and that's interesting. I may have said door, window, sink.
You smell that?
Yeah.
Like
No.
mold or like, I don't know.
Smells like ammonia.
Mold and ammonia smell very different. Ammonia's a very chemical-based smell. I don't know how they could have such a different, what that smell is. If there is mold in this building, that could account to any creepy feelings. It could account for hallucinations. Mold is just generally really, really toxic. It can cause breathing issues, panic attacks, all sorts. So that in itself is already an issue. But that's not staging, that's not faking, that is science fact. Mold is really, really bad for you.
What was that? Something from over here. It's like a loud tapping, right? It was like I don't know. It sounded like a curtain fell or something. I don't know.
To me, I remember it sounding like a curtain rod had fallen off the top of a window and just smacked down on the ground.
It sounded like it came from in here, right?
It came from definitely down this hallway somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
Okay, so they are 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes into this video, and they have had more poltergeist activity in 7 minutes than I have seen in a full year of investigating. Bearing in mind, I've been to the house of the most violent poltergeist in the UK, perhaps the most violent ghost in the world. I've been to what is reported to be the most haunted hotel in the world. I've been to some abandoned locations where we have had some amazing, where teams have had amazing captures. And I mean, I went to a haunted farm and had a fantastic experience. They've had 2 things thrown within 7 minutes of this video starting. That should be setting alarm bells ringing for everyone. Of course, it's off camera, I can't prove anything, but generally, this is not how the paranormal works.
Not even.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, I heard this glass just like, it sounded like something slid off a table. And when I looked in the room to my left, I could literally see the end of this teacup and saucer just falling to the floor, completely on its own.
It sounded like it came from in here, right?
It came from definitely down this hallway somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Not even.
Pretty sure that I caught it on camera. I turned pretty fast.
It sounded like it came from in here, right?
It came from definitely down this hallway somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
I was hoping that was just going to be stationary and a noise overlaid, but it's not. It was actually moving, but we can't see where it came from. We can't see behind that door.
That just fell down right
I
there.
can't see that.
That did just fall down. So why haven't you gone into that room, checked behind the door, checked all around the room? Because even if you want to dismiss the paranormal, make sure there's nobody else in the house. Now, potentially you've rented this place out, you're the only person with the keys for it, fair enough, but any investigator worth their salt are going to go in and be like, what caused that? There's nobody in here, look, that could have been paranormal. Instead, they stand outside and cut between cameras, which allows, although I can't prove it, and although that's not what I'm saying they've done, means that they, in between those cuts, could pause the cameras while somebody just walks out of the room.
This thing didn't turn on or anything. It's not like this started moving, but look, there's two right here. What?
No fucking way. And out of the corner of my vision, I see the door start to close and then completely shut.
2 right here. What?
And again, the door's just closed right in front of their faces. It looked like a very deliberate human pull of the door. And they do nothing to prove that it's paranormal. They don't go towards it. They don't open the door and put the camera through to make sure there's nobody there, or to prove to us, the viewer, there's nobody there. They just stand there, cut in between the cameras, and then cut in between studio pieces to camera instead of investigating. And while it's great for building tension, as a paranormal investigation, it's garbage. Now, nice, long, slow, let's build up the tension, walk to the door. They open the door, he peeks in, he looks around, sees there's another door still open, and kind of cuts away a little bit quick. Now, I can't prove that there was somebody there. I can't prove that somebody has gone through that door. However, everything they're doing is the exact opposite of what a paranormal investigator would do. Why have they not gone through that room quicker to prove there's nobody there? Because in all probability, there's a third person with them in this investigation. There is too much happened already within 9.5 minutes for me to believe any of it. And I know you MindSeed fans love them, and I know you MindSeed fans are like, oh, you're wrong. Logically, they've caught 3 poltergeist activity events within 10 minutes. Or there's a third person with them, setting and staging all of this with them, and then running out of shot, and these guys are hiding, this person moving out of shot and moving through other doors to take the footsteps away, etc. They're hiding all of that in those camera cuts. It's well done, but it's bullshit.
Hello?
Right.
Is this light too bright for you?
It's definitely not. I can't see shit.
Hello?
What is that?
It's like a bathroom or something. What's this?
Dude, I'm literally sweating.
It's like storage. Bro, how the fuck did that door just close like that?
I mean, you stood in the room behind that door, and there are 3 doors there. One into a cupboard that you've checked, one into this bathroom, but the other door that is clearly going out into a hallway that somebody could walk down, you have completely ignored and left. Also worth noting, at the beginning, Casey says, I'm just going to go round with my EMF to see if anything spikes. There's power on in that home. We've seen a few things lit up, little power sources, like that one there with the blue light on it. Your EMF is kind of useless in this home with the power running, even with things turned off. My EMF in here will light up like a Christmas tree with these monitors and stuff, even when they're switched off. As long as there's power running, your EMF is useless.
I don't know. It's an old-ass house, but what are the f***ing chances?
And what was making
What
that?
through a teacup?
Shh. Did you just hear like a fucking laugh?
In the past few years, it's become increasingly more common that we hear some sort of vocalization. Sometimes it's like a yell or a hum, but this time, Casey thought he heard laughter.
And what was making
What
that?
through a teacup?
Shh.
I could have sworn that I heard this laugh.
And what was making
What
that?
through a teacup?
Shh.
That laugh was literally the sound of his elbow rubbing against his jacket. It was a... You hear it as a digital distorted noise, and that's just clearly the friction of him moving.
What was in that room? That's where we heard the first noise at.
Was that it?
I think so.
Well, check.
So what they've just done there is shown that you can loop around this building between these rooms, and they've done it so slow and methodical to allow people to move that I am utterly convinced there is a third person with them to trigger these other events. And trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet.
And usually the stuff that we communicate with, they love clutter.
They do.
This has to be...
Foreshadowing.
That was it.
Is that it?
That's exactly what it was. I thought it was like a curtain rod falling or something.
One in this room, because there's movement already.
Wow.
What?
That I did just hear. I heard a female laugh.
Colton looked.
I heard giggling.
I heard laughing. 100%.
Wow.
What?
That I did just hear. I heard a female laugh. We went out in the hallway and we're both listening intently. I hear what I think he heard. Wow.
Now, that did sound kind of like a giggle, but it's definitely not the same sound that Casey heard earlier, because that was clearly just his clothing rubbing, unless my headset's playing up, which I don't think it is. It's just all a bit meh. That's my official stance on it. Meh.
So we immediately went and we got static cameras. We set them up in the rooms, all the rooms upstairs, and we did a yes-no prism.
Pointless jump scare.
Weird timing.
Yeah, you heard a noise as soon as I hit record, right?
It was like
Sounded like something slid on the furnace again.
it sounded like wood creaking.
He heard something. They both look at the room that they've just set up a static camera in. They think they've heard something fall off the little furnace, and they don't show any footage of the room. Odd.
We have a bunch of devices going. There's static cameras in an array all the way around us, a night vision camera as well. We don't want that to intimidate you or scare you at all. We're just hoping that we can get some...
So they've heard a noise in the room, and they've sat there for minutes and minutes and minutes after, talking amongst themselves and being like, yeah, we've set up these static cameras, we don't mean to intimidate... Why didn't you go towards that noise? Why have you not shown us the footage of inside that room where you just said that's something dragging on that furnace? You've given us no evidence.
We saw a couple objects up here move clear as day, and we saw
A teacup fall off of that furnace, and we also saw a door close in that room when we were in there.
We saw a couple of objects move. We also saw a teacup and a saucer move. What's the video again? How many things have they actually seen move? Or are they already describing future events? Because while they kind of saw the teacup and saucer fall, what are these other things? Because we've seen a door and a teacup. So what else is he talking about that they've seen? He's describing things that haven't happened yet, and they do happen.
Music. You want music?
What did I just say? 60?
You said Paula 60.
Paula 60. Is your name Paula?
Wife.
Oh, it said murdered. But you forgot about Lisa that was mentioned earlier and all the other names.
While we were doing the yes no prism, I start to hear what sounds like this old music playing.
Paula 60. Wife murdered. Before it's... Music. Where the hell did that come from?
They just put text on the screen to see train. Cool. But also the night you can hear cars, etc. That music could have just come from a bar, a home, something outside. It is so muffled, I don't think it's coming from this house. It's coming from outside, and they will know it. But because it times up with what came out of the Ovilus device, of course they're going to allude to it being paranormal.
Okay, I hear a train now. But that was not a train a second ago. There was like music. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was like an old record or something.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think that music was coming from within the house.
Paula, 60. Wife murdered. Before it's... Music.
That is so distorted, I think that is coming from outside of the house.
Where the hell did that come from? Oh. Shh.
Go and look.
The music. You hear the music?
All of a sudden, we hear what sounds like a plastic cup fall from the room beside us.
Oh. Shh.
That's a heavy plastic cup, right?
What's going on right now? What is that, bro?
I don't want to move.
What is happening?
What the hell is happening right
Where's
now?
that coming from, bro?
The third guy with you is making a racket, is what is going on.
What was that in here? Sound like a cup, like a plastic cup. I want to know what that music was, too.
There's a cup.
Yeah, there's one right there on the floor.
As we go to look,
Imagine the chances.
there was a plastic cup in the room on the floor, but we didn't have any access to the static camera because we leave it running the whole night.
What?
Yeah.
What the? No, I...
Was this up here?
I didn't even see that. I'm literally... I was talking with Blue Cup and I just pointed at it.
That definitely sounded like a plastic. That was a plastic
That's
cup.
exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Looking back now, there was a lot more happening in that room than just the cup falling.
Paula. 60.
Dust. More dust. Also, while they say there was a lot more happening in that room that we were aware of, this is a different room. This isn't the room that they just went in, because they went into the room that was just full of junk and cups. This is a clean bedroom. It's a different room to what they said the noises were coming from. This is just dust going past the camera. It happens everywhere.
It just said music and then it started playing music. Oh. Shh.
Now, their description of the noise is simply that of a cup. We heard a plastic cup fall. And I haven't mentioned it till now to show many of you guys were going to be like, what about the big bang and the clear footsteps? There was somebody moving. You hear like a little bit of movement and then a big bang and the cup falling. Why don't they mention the noise that is double the volume of the cup? Why do they keep saying things like that room is creepy and then show footage from another room which is clearly just dust? K2 Spike. What did that lampshade floating look like to everyone else there? What did it look like? Honestly. Because to me, it looked like it was on a string. Now, wire removal tools are so easy to manipulate in editing. And I questioned at the beginning of this video why MindSeed use, for a channel with a subscriber count they do, that the ad revenue that they will be bringing in. I questioned why the camera quality is so bad. Even the night vision camera is nowhere near as capable of what I have. And I'm talking about the one Colton is walking around with in his hand. These static cameras, the quality on them is garbage. They're not lighting the areas up properly. They should have IR bars on the top of these cameras to light these rooms up properly. And they don't do that. Why don't they do that? Because it'll reflect that wire that has just moved that lampshade. It's clear as day the movement of that is somebody using a wire. Right, I'm going to mute this and I'm going to play it in slow motion. See if there is some sort of glint. Because I've watched this on the TV and I couldn't see it. But with slow motion, you can often see things that you're not meant to see. So you got the EMF triggering. So there was something weird there then. The EMF was triggering. And while just before the lampshade moves, the EMF meter moves. So they do this slow cut. This isn't a slow cutting in real time. I've obviously slowed this down. The EMF is triggering. There's digital distortion everywhere, digital noise because of the poor camera quality. What's that? What is that? Why was there that shift in the entire image? Even the EMF detector moved. That's because this is an overlaid video. There are two videos playing at the same time here. And while you will get digital noise and distortion, that lamp shade completely loses shape. The top of it extends before any of the rest of it because there are two videos playing here. So let's just, one more time, have a quick little look in slow motion. We get this zooming in. The K2 starts triggering. There's a wobble. There's a wobble. Almost in a straight square box around this area. Big, huge glitch, and then the entire top of that thing distorts out of shape before the lift. I don't think there's basic masking going on here, and there's two videos playing at the same time. Oh, the cup went again. When we go back to real time, and when I turn the volume back on, it's all creepy. They got all this like string music in the background. But watch the movement of that lamp. Do you see the top of that lampshade then? It moved. Long before it lifts. Which is where the mask kicks in.
What the hell? I could have sworn I heard like a rustle or something right before that.
Yeah, I didn't use it.
The only thing I can think of is maybe that music is that record player.
Yeah, but it's not on. I'm just saying it's not spinning.
They have record player, records all around the house. They have a saxophone hung up on the wall.
Well, what
It
about...
sounds like whoever is communicating with us either was a musician
Yeah.
or had an affinity for musicians.
Well, what about Paulo 60, wife murdered? Like,
That's just an enigma. I have no idea what that means.
we got almost like a...
It's not an enigma, it's your app shouting out, or sorry, your Ovilus device shouting out random fucking words because you've ignored all of the other names. But Paula 60 and musician, that's going to fit your narrative, right?
Name, age, wife, and murdered. All like back to back.
These jump scare titles are pissing me off. Right, we're on to the Ouija board section, and this is farcical. And they give themselves away as the people controlling it, and I'll explain it in a second.
All right. Let's do it.
That was me.
All right, let's spin it, man. All right, let's do it. Big circles. 1, 2, 3. If that was you upstairs, can you please use the planchette? Whoa, whoa, dude. What the is happening right now? Hey, hey, hey.
I have never, ever, 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 outside of a Hollywood movie, seen a Ouija board react that quick. As soon as they put their hands on it, they do the 3 circles, and then it's shooting all over the board. But Casey's speech... Bro, dude, I have... he can only talk in between the slides because he's concentrating on what letters he is trying to hit. The entire time around this house, he's used his phone with a torchlight, but for some reason, the candle is added for extra creep factor. The third person has opened the door. But what's the way he was pushing that board and the way he was talking? He couldn't concentrate properly on both. He couldn't multitask properly. And it kind of stood out to me.
What the fuck is happening? Dude, go to the right. Yeah. Bro, I've never felt this move like that before. Stairs, can you please use the planchette? Whoa, whoa, dude. What the is happening right now?
It felt like, not like someone was driving.
What? Dude, what the fuck is happening right now? And then Colton here says, it feels like somebody was pushing my elbows. No, it was just you, Pip, pushing that planchette as fast as you could. You get it to spell out a message, and it was done all on purpose, and it reeked, and it stunk, and it stood out a mile off.
Dragging the planchette, like someone was literally pushing my body, like behind my elbows.
If that was you upstairs, can you please use the planchette? Whoa, whoa, dude. What the is happening right now?
We had to replay the...
You see the fingers on the board? Look how rigid the fingers are. Are they pressing down on this thing? They have got pressure on that. You're supposed to use a very light touch, but they've both got 4 fingers on there, and there's pressure. They are purposely pushing this thing. Can I prove it 100%? No, but the speech pattern, the way it moves, the way they're holding it, it just all looks rigged.
Video 3 or 4 times just to figure out what the hell it spelled.
If that was you upstairs, can you please use the planchette? Whoa, whoa, dude. What the is happening right now? When we slow it down and look at it, it is a little bit hard to see because of the style planchette that we have.
So let's see what letters they spell out. What letters are spelled out. Let's see if it matches up to what they are saying it says. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Because You know, they can see those letters through the candlelight, and it looked very deliberate to me. And in slow motion, look, Casey's dragging it. Okay, so the first letter is N. O. But look at the fingers. They're guiding this. T. The fingers are pulling before anything else. What was that?
From what we could tell, it appeared that it spelled not welcome.
It actually did spell out not welcome. It was worth a try because maybe they'd cocked up and missed some letters or added some letters, but it literally spelled not welcome. But they can see the letters clearly, and their fingers are leading that planchette. It was even more obvious in slow motion because you see Casey's fingers pull back before the planchette. This is bullshit.
And it happened so fast. 3. If that was you upstairs, can you please use the planchette? Whoa, whoa, dude. What the is happening right now?
What the? You take into account the very deliberate movements of the hands, the fingers. You take into account the direct message. You take into account that he can't speak while that thing is moving and he's concentrating. It's more than a little fishy.
And immediately, as soon as it finished spelling that, we hear a door handle jiggle behind us, and then a door slowly creak open. Hey, hey, hey. What the fuck is happening? Dude, go to the right. Yeah. What's that? Bro, I've never felt this move like that before. Hey.
That sounded like a door, bro.
Don't move the camera.
That sounded like a door. What the fuck was that?
And again, they have just heard a very deliberate noise. Something moving, being opened, and they are wasting time. Standing there, dude, don't grab the camera. I gotta grab the camera. And they are just stood there. They have not gone towards that sound to work out what it is. Why? They need that third person to get clear of them.
And click, click, click. My flashlight worked fine before we used the Ouija board session. Now all of a sudden it was dead.
No.
Flashlight's dead. It was just working, bro.
Magically. With that old school sort of 1800s candle holder. Flashlight stopped working. Ooh, spooky.
I didn't want to go to the truck and grab another flashlight or grab new batteries because everything was happening so quick. I just grabbed a candle because I wanted to see what door opened and I needed some kind of light source.
The candle?
That's all
I needed to see with some sort of light source, and I didn't want to go to the truck. Fair enough. Why didn't you use the torch on your phone? You're walking around with your phone in your hand the entire investigation. Phones come with torches built into them. Why didn't you use that? Why did you decide to use a candle? Because it's creepy.
I have, dude. You got the night vision?
Yeah.
What was that?
He's recording with his phone, and he hasn't put the flash on to use as a torch. He's using a candle. Another jump scare title reveal.
Casey gingerly opens the door, and I'm right behind him with the night vision camera, and we just slowly creep into the downstairs basement. Casey has nothing but a fucking candle.
He actually has a flashlight on his phone. He's just decided not to use it.
Bro, look down there with your night vision real quick, because I can't see a fucking thing.
And what all of this with the candle and the lack of light, etc., that they've been doing pretty much the entire video is foreshadowing. They are foreshadowing something happening and they can't see properly. It stinks.
I almost don't believe you.
I don't even...
I almost don't believe you. Funnily enough, I don't believe you.
Shh.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the water pump or something.
Sorry. Very important, this part. You hear somebody go... He hugs into that wall so tightly, runs his hand with the candle around the wall first, keeps the camera back. Somebody's blown that candle out. The third person has blown that camera out from the other side of that wall. Clear as day, and they're trying to pass this off as, whoa, bro, dude.
What?
Something just blew the fucking candle out. I can't see anything, dude.
As I'm turning a corner
Turn your torch on your phone.
into this black nothingness, I can't even see through this doorway. Something literally...
Look how he hugged that door frame.
Shoot. Ow. Dude.
What's up?
Oh, dude.
Oh no, what happened? You got a nail?
It's fucking nail.
No. Oh.
Even that's fake. I mean, ouch. Dude. What's up? Was that a nail? I mean, come on. I've had a nail through one of my boots and go into my foot. You don't go, ouch. I mean, come on. Really?
Oh, God.
You alright?
Yeah.
We were both freaking out.
Yeah. He hasn't taken the thing out of his foot. His camera didn't even look down at his feet to... Not even to show us that he's really stepped on a nail, but for him to see what damage he's done. Nothing. It's just, yeah, and carry on.
Injuries are happening. We decided, okay, enough's enough.
Dude, let's get up out of here.
Yeah, I can't see.
I can't do the fucking...
Wait, I'm right behind you.
I can't do the fucking... So I'm guiding both of us with my night vision camera. There is absolutely no source of light that we had. Casey was filming on his, so he couldn't use his flashlight. So I go to motion us up the stairs, and I shit you not, I see the most terrifying thing that anyone can imagine.
Mary loves dick.
And I've seen this, and I would be terrified too, because I would be wondering, how did Casey teleport up those stairs? Now he's turned his back on Casey, and there's a cut. You hear an audible cut.
What the fuck was that?
What happened?
He just immediately starts freaking the fuck out.
Why hasn't he panned around? Casey's talking to him for the first time. He hasn't framed Casey when Casey is talking. Why hasn't he gone, did you see that, and turned the camera at him? Because Casey's not there. They've overlaid this conversation. I'm pretty convinced of it. Why am I convinced of it? What's the shot of the door closing when they slow it down? It appears to be a woman in a dress. Or Casey in his long coat. Is it definitely Casey? No, it's not as bold and as obvious as Colton's reflection in that piece of glass from a few videos ago that I did on these guys. It does look suspiciously like Casey, but it could not be. But there has been a third person in this house the entire time, just off camera, fucking about. And they've just got really brave with it and like, we'll claim it's the lady in a dress.
What the f was that?
That was Casey in a dress. It's not Casey in a dress. It's either his coat or the third person is wearing a dress. Right, we're going frame by frame, yeah? That's a hefty lady. Just saying. Casey and Colton are both big guys. They clearly work out a lot. They got arms like my thighs. That bitch is a big bitch. With massive man-like shoulders and man-like arms. And potentially, Casey's very long coat. Just saying. Is it 100%? No. But logically, Has a ghost just been caught on camera pulling that door, or is Casey really upstairs and they just overlaid a conversation from earlier to add to the spook factor? Or even a third person is up there, either in a dress or Casey's coat, to give the illusion of a ghost closing that door.
I can't even see him. It's so dark. He's just panicking in the dark. He gives me the camera at one point and he's like, here, like, go ahead. Like, you go first then.
Dude, I'm not going first, dude. I can't. Here, trade me. At that point, I was over it. I gave the camera to Casey and said, let's get the out of here. Dude, I'm not trying to even go anywhere near that shit, dude. I'm ready to leave.
Let's trade cameras, but let's also put in a piece to camera in between the trade-off so that Casey can actually appear back in the shot. If this had been one long continuous shot with the handover complete to prove that Casey had not left that basement to close the door to make his coat look like a dress, then I'd have far less questions. But all of their behaviour is just giving these little things away that they are playing games.
Get me the f out of here. It is pitch black, homie. Like, I can't do anything with this right now. I'm freaking the f out.
And we bolted out the back door, straight to the truck.
Dude, fuck all that. We absolutely hate doing this to our viewers, but a point comes where instinct kicks in and enough is enough.
We hate doing this to our viewers. Enough is enough. So many times I've seen you idiots run away from a building. You are the most cowardly ghost hunters I have ever seen. You give Zach Baggins a run for his money. I don't watch that much of your content, but every time I do, you guys run away from a property every time you capture something that you're looking for. We're going on a ghost hunt. We want to capture ghosts. We want to capture paranormal activity. You capture it, you shit your pants and you run. Yet, you're running away and shitting your pants is so calm. Absolute horseshit. The entire thing, beginning to end, was crap. And I know the MindSeed fans are going to be all pissed off and coming in here and shouting insults. I don't care. If you're stupid enough to believe this and think that your insults are, like, smart, they're not. This is giving the paranormal field a bad name. This is why universities have cut their funding, is because of the likes of Baggins, these clowns, and the Crayola kids. MindSeed used to produce really well-made videos with a lot of effort. This is not that great. There is not that much effort put in. There's clearly a third person, and it's either Casey's coat or the third person is wearing a long dress. I think it's Casey's coat. That was a big lady. Casey's got some big guns on the guy. He's got massive shoulders on the guy. So did that ghost. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. MindSeed fans, come at me, because I don't care. You tell me I'm stupid and how all of this is believable. And I will respond thusly. Can anyone capture this amount of footage in a 30-minute video anywhere else? I mean, not even Twin Paranormal go this balls deep into the fakery. This is utterly ridiculous. This is not how the paranormal works. This is the type of thing that pisses me off. Because fans watch this, believe it all, and then they watch teams that I enjoy and they're like, this is crap, this is boring, nothing happened. That's because that's how the paranormal works. These guys capture multiple events per investigation every time without fail. Never mind the fact that they have lied about locations, they have lied about location histories, and, you know, homeowners have been pissed at them, Airbnb owners are pissed at them, they've paid actors to turn up into these things to do pieces to camera, and they have never once countered or responded to any of it. But that's the smart move for them, because the second they speak out about us debunkers, they know their viewers are going to check us out. And while the majority of them, even with clear, concise debunks saying 100% this is how this was faked, they will still follow these guys and still believe every word that comes out of their mouth. But they're worried about that percentage of people that'll go, holy shit, you're right. They must be aware of me, because people keep commenting on my old MindSeed videos saying, hey, you're right, and I've told them about it. Why can't I see my comment anymore? Why can I see my comment, but nobody else can? Because anyone that leaves any sort of negativity to MindSeed, the comment gets removed. Or they shadow ban you, so you can still see your comment, but nobody else can. It's just all this controlling of the narrative. I tend not to delete comments unless they have been threatening or really insulting or against terms of service. They are the comments I remove. on occasion, there will be the same person that comes in 4 or 5 times in a video and be like, you're a piece of shit. Eventually, that gets really boring, and I'll just remove those comments. They remove anything negative. The comment sections are nothing but positivity and MindSeed. Ha ha ha. Christmas is done, but we've still got the new year to go. I look forward to 2024. Much love to you all. Beardo out.